Warmest of welcomes. Thank you for joining me. This is your mindful yoga class to heal your knees. My name is Christy Kleinsmith, and I will be leading you in a little mini class today. I would like to start to bring your awareness to your mind, body, and your soul and help heal your knees. I want you to know that those three things are integrated. Your knee pain is not just physical, okay? I'm so honored that you are here today. If you are experiencing knee pain, tightness, or discomfort, know this, that nothing is wrong with you. Your knee pain is not a sign of weakness, failure, or limitation. It is simply your body communicating with you, gently inviting you to slow down, listen, and reconnect with yourself. So on a physical level, knee pain often comes from imbalances in the hips, ankles, and feet, and then tightness around the surrounding areas. It can also come from your movement patterns or your movement habits, how you walk, how you sit, how you perform your daily tasks. So these movements are adapted over time when you're not even aware of how you're moving or you're not even aware of your joint alignment. Today, we're approaching these patterns with curiosity rather than judgment. Energetically and spiritually speaking, the knees represent flexibility, moving forward, willingness, and humility. So when the knee hurts, it can reflect difficulty, bending in life, or adapting to change. So start to think about if there's anything happening in your life where you're trying to make a change or you're trying to move forward with a certain project or with a person or with a purchase. Okay, start to think about what's going on in your life. Holding on to old emotional tension is another cue. Fear of stepping forward into the unknown can hold tension in the knees. Pressure from carrying too much responsibility. Resisting support, feeling you need to stand strong alone. There is no shame in this. Every human experiences these things. Today's practice is about exploring gentleness, honoring your knees, and showing them the compassion they've been waiting for. So let's get started. You will need a yoga mat and a chair, and then you will also need either a yoga belt or some yoga blocks if you wish. Okay, so let's get started. So let's begin seated in a chair, sitting up nice and tall, pulling my belly in, roll my shoulder blades back, and I'm going to set up my legs in line with my hips and then knees over the ankles. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, let that go. Perfect. And you can place your hands wherever you choose, whatever feels comfortable. Palms together, thumbs at the heart. One hand over top of each other and placed on the heart, or simply just palms on the thighs. And we're going to begin with an intention for the class. Today, I honor my knees with patience, softness, and deep gratitude. I move with compassion. I listen without judgment, and I trust my body's ability to heal. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring those words into your body. Exhale, let that go. So today's focus will be on strengthening your stability muscles, improving your range of motion around your ankle, knee, and hip joints. Okay, so the more we move through your ankle and the stronger your ankle is, the less pressure you're going to have on your knee. Same with the hip joint. The more mobility and the more flexibility you have within your hip joint, the less pressure that will come off your knee joint. Okay, so we're going to start with a seated exercise. We are going to just use your hands on your knees to start. And all I want you to do is just slowly start to rub up and down on the knees. and just thinking about bringing energy to the knees. You just have to rub them to bring energy down to this area. You're also bringing your focus and your attention to this area. Okay, so just spend a minute here. As you touch your knees, imagine sending them with gratitude for every step they've ever helped you take. I'm going to go into a little bit of circles. You can do circles both ways, just around the knee. So if you start to feel some heat or warmth, that's getting some new energy down into the knees. Take a deep belly breath now, down deep into the belly. Start to exhale some of that tension. So every inhale you bring in, we're bringing in healing, we're bringing in love, we're bringing in peace and joy. And every exhale, we're going to let go of tension. We're going to let go of negativity. We're going to let go of the chaos. So start to think about these thoughts as you breathe through this class today. Okay, let's sit up tall, release the hands from the knees. I'm going to straighten out one leg, so make sure you can see me. Ankle on the floor. Sitting up tall still, we're going to go through some ankle circles. Okay, so you can rest your heel on the floor. You can hold your leg up and do some ankle circles. You might hear some cracking going on. That's old energy being released from your ankle joint. Okay, you can also place your ankle on a stool or a bench or even a yoga block if that feels any better. Okay, so let's do a few circles each way. And make sure you're doing the full range of motion, reaching way out wide, reaching all the way forward, and really working on your full range. Okay, switch sides. Reach that ankle out and circles around. Big inhale in with positivity. Long exhale out. Let's start releasing the negativity. Inhale in. Exhale out. Perfect. Let's bring both feet out. We're going to point the toes and then flex them back. Okay? Point the toes, flex them back. Good. Maybe I'll move back a little bit so you guys can see better. Point all the way down and flex. Perfect. Point and flex. Big inhale as you do it. Again, noticing the muscles working, how it feels, and that you notice some heat or energy coming into that ankle joint. Your body is meant to move. Your energy is meant to move. We got to keep it flowing. Let the movement start from the ground up. Your knees do not work alone. Okay? So let's really work on those ankle joints first. Again, the stronger and more mobile they are, the less pressure you have on your knees. Okay, so let's go into a calf stretch now. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to lengthen out my right leg, put my heel on the ground, and you're going to slowly start to pull those toes back. Now, if you need more of a stretch, if you want a little bit more next level, you can grab either a towel or a belt, or you know what, today I'm going to grab a dog leash. So I like using anything that we have in the house. It's going to be stiff, so it's not something that can stretch. You want something stiff that doesn't stretch. Okay, I'm going to put it at the base of my toes or the ball of my foot, and I'm going to gently pull my toes towards me. Okay, I'm also going to use my muscles. I'm going to use my shin and my toes to pull that toe up as well. I'm going to sit up tall. I'm going to press my heel forward. I'm going to push my knee slowly down. I'm going to stretch through the back of that calf. Okay, a couple deep breaths here. My knees are allowed to heal at their own pace. My knees are allowed to heal at their own pace. Good. Let's release that side. We'll go right to the other side. I'm going to put it at the base of my toes, the ball of my foot. Okay. And I'm going to slowly and gently just start to pull back on that belt a little bit. I'm pressing my heel forward. I'm pushing my knee down, but I'm also holding up my upper body. Nice, good posture as well. I am flexible in my body, my mind, and my spirit. I am flexible in my mind, my body, and my spirit. One more deep breath. Good. Let's release that. And we'll do another stretch. Go back to the other side. We're going to lengthen out that leg. Reach your arms up, and we're going to start to reach through your hamstring. So up a little bit higher. Let's reach your arms forward. We're going to hinge forward from the hips, still pushing your knee down, and only come as far as you start to feel the back of your hamstring stretching here. You can hold your hands here. You can hold them by your side. Okay, or you can place them on your thigh. Big breath in, starting to lengthen through the back of the leg. Can we release some tension here? Okay, this hamstring is connected behind the knee. It's also connected up to the hip. Can we release it a little bit more today? Get some energy flowing, getting your knees feeling better. Okay, let's come back to center. We'll go right to the other side. Sitting up tall, straightening through that leg, pushing my knee down, pulling my toes towards me. We're going to hinge forward from the hips, nice flat back. Bring your awareness to the back of your leg. Start to feel the tightness and tension. But if you can start to think about bringing in joy, bringing in peace, bringing in love, that's an energy you are bringing into your body. Exhale, I will notice that it will release a little bit on my exhales, and then I can sink into that pose a little bit lower. So what you think and what you feel really do affect your body, and I can notice it when I'm working on my poses as well. So the more your hips open and support you, the lighter your knees begin to feel. So right now we're working on the hamstring and the back of the hips. Okay, let's come back to center. Now we're going to start to activate some muscles. So we just did a little bit of stretching and mobility. Now I want to do some contractions and muscle strengthening. Okay, so we're going to start with your glutes. Again, I'm seated, feet flat on the floor. My knees, ankles, and hips are all in alignment. So I'm not too wide. I'm not caving my knees in. Okay, I'm sitting up tall. And all we're going to start with is a little bit of a butt squeeze. Okay, so I just want to contract my glutes. And you might not notice much of a difference or me doing anything. But what I'm doing is squeezing my glutes. And then I'm going to slowly release and let them go. You might see me lift up a little bit when I squeeze. And then release, come down. Now I want you to notice if you can activate your glutes. I also want you to notice if both of them are activating evenly. So I find it's really hard for people to activate their glutes, and we've lost connection with them a little bit. And we're trying to get that connection back. I want to connect it to your nervous system. I want to connect it to your energy flow. And I want to connect it to your mind again. Okay, let's do 3 more. 3, come back down. 2, squeeze. And 1, come back down. Okay, we're going to go we're going to make this a little bit harder, and we're going to go into a squat or a stand up off the chair. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways a little bit. So you're going to be sitting up tall, again, legs in line. I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, okay? I don't want you to hinge forward from the spine, okay? So sit up tall, hinge from the hips. You're going to push down through your knees, down through your heels, and I want you to squeeze those glutes right now before you get up off of that chair. Okay? Because that's what most people do. They don't squeeze their glutes, and then their knees are doing all the work to stand up while the glutes are hanging and doing nothing. Okay? So I want you to squeeze those glutes right now. I'm squeezing. Okay? Hinging forward. I'm going to push through the hips. Take less pressure out of the knees. Squeeze the glutes to stand up tall. Okay? Now you can stay up here if you feel comfortable. And we're just going to do a few squats. Okay? A modified squat. Just gently moving the hips. Now see, I'm trying to get more mobility within the hip joint as opposed to just using knees to get up. So I want you to start to feel this. I slide back with the hips. My glutes are always squeezed. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then come back down. Okay, you're welcome to come all the way down and sit. And all the way back up. Or you can just do a little modification. But let's do 3 more, okay? Sit back and down. Glutes are still squeezed. I don't just let go and let everything go. Okay? Squeeze the glutes. Push, lean forward and push. 2. Come back down. They're still engaged. They're still engaged. You're still engaged. If they're engaged, less pressure on the knees. 1 more time. Push up, push up, push up. Good. And then we'll come back down, come back down, come back down nice and slow. Okay? Let's turn to the side. We're going to work on 1 glute at a time now. So we're going to get into a bit of a lunge. Okay? So all I did was just turn to one side of the chair. Okay? So if I turn to my right leg is forward and my left leg is behind me. And all I'm going to do here is can you just squeeze the right glute? So I squeeze, and then I let go. 5 times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? If you want the next challenge, you're actually going to, again, hinge from the hips. Nice straight spine. Push down through your heel. Squeeze your glute. You're going to come up into a lunge. Try to keep most of your weight on the front leg. Try not to lean back to that back leg. Okay? Sit back and down. Onto that chair again. Okay, so this is some strengthening exercises for your hips and also mobility. Why do we want to get our hips moving more? So our knees don't do all the work. Okay, push strong. Come on. I step forward in life with courage and softness. I step forward in life with courage and softness. So I'll be weaving some of these affirmations in through our workout today. Good. Let's have a seat. Sit back in and down. Good. And then we'll shift over to the other side. So I shifted to the left side of my chair. I have my left leg forward and my right leg in the back. Okay. I'm going to squeeze just my left glute. Okay. 5 times. Ready? Can you just do your left? 5, 4, 3, that's it, 2, and 1. Okay? Now, if that's enough for you, you don't have to move on to the next exercise. Okay? It's only a challenge if you choose. Okay, so I'm going to hinge from the upper body. We're going to push down through the left leg. Okay, trying to activate my left glute. Will it stay turned on? Sit back and down. Okay, push through the left glute. Sit back and down. Yes, push through the left glute. Sit back and down. My knees are supported by the strength of my entire body. My knees are supported by the strength of my entire body. Okay, let's go 1 more. Come up and sit back down. Keep that left glute squeezed. Okay, coming back to center. Take 1 breath here, and then we'll move on to a couple standing exercises with the chair. Okay, so with the chair, we are going to do some hip hinges. Okay, so we've already done some squats, we've done some lunges. Now we're going to work on strengthening through the back of the leg, the hamstring. Okay, so I'm going to start to slide my hips back behind my heels. Okay, until you start to feel that hamstring stretching. So I'm hinging from the hips. Now I'm holding my shoulder blades back. I'm trying to keep a flat back. I'm activating my abdominals, holding them in. Okay, hip hinge. And then I squeeze my glutes again. Can you squeeze your glutes in this position? Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Come up to a standing position. You can either hold the chair as a support or you can just hold your hands by your side. Hip hinge. Slide back. So I'm straightening through the knees, but I'm keeping a bit of a micro bend. Okay, and I'm not hyperextending them back. So you hold those nice and controlled. Every muscle matters here. And stand up. That's it. Inhale, I'm going to slide back. Exhale, I'm going to come forward. Good. Inhale, come back. I release the fear held in my knees. I release the fear held in my knees. And I put more confidence in my entire body to help me out. More confidence in my entire body to help me out. One more time. And exhale, come up. Perfect. So those are the stretching and strengthening exercises we're going to do today. If you'd like to stick around, I'm going to do a little mini yoga class for your knees as well, working on ankles, knees, and hips. So we're going to go through a light little series of 4 exercises for the hips, okay? So let's start in mountain pose. I'll come back here on my mat. Okay, so mountain pose. We're going to line up your ankle, knee, and hips. Roll your shoulder blades back. And let's open up through the palms. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Okay, so I want you to come to the front of your mat. And I'm going to do the same. Standing in mountain pose. Okay, so we're going to step back into warrior 1. So if you have knee discomfort, knee pain, you might just want to take a small step back. You're going to flatten the back foot. It's going to be out on a 45-degree angle. Your left foot's going to be pointing forward. We're going to try to rotate those hips forward so they're still in alignment with my legs. Reach your arms up, coming into warrior 1. So you can decide how far you want to step back on the mat depending on how your knees are. Okay? We're also trying to, can you tuck those hips under? Reach your arms up, bend that front knee, and we're going to go 2 deep breaths here in warrior 1. Exhale, let that go. Inhale the peace. Inhale calmness. Inhale happiness. And exhale, let that go. Good. We're going to open up to warrior 2. Now you can open up your hips here, okay, to the side of the body. Arms are up at shoulder height, okay, knee over your front ankle. Again, you decide how far you want to step back. Okay, a couple deep breaths here. My gaze is going to be out the front 2 fingers over here. And I'm going to breathe that in. Let me give you an affirmation here to think about. I honor my body's wisdom. Now, as you're doing these poses, as you're bringing your awareness toward your body, what do you feel? Start to think about your thoughts or your emotions. Is anything coming up for you? Be aware of them. They might be giving you some answers. Okay, and then we're going to go into triangle pose. So I'm actually going to straighten my front leg. Again, don't hyperextend, just controlled. I'm going to lean forward with both arms. Okay, drop down. Perfect, towards your ankle. And I'm going to open up the right arm towards the sky. Okay, so if that's too much, you can have your chair with you here. Left leg still forward, back leg. Both legs are straight. And we're going to hinge over, hand on the chair. Open up through the upper body. Okay, so down below, I'm stretching through my calf and my hamstring, stretching through the back of the leg, pressing my hips forward, opening up through the upper body. Couple deep breaths here. Perfect. Every breath brings more ease into your body and into your joints. So take some more deep breaths. Good. Let's bring that arm down. Bend that front knee. Step back to center. Good. Let's come back into mountain pose. Open up. We'll do everything on the other side. Okay. Step back with your left foot. Again, you decide how far. Okay. I'm going to try to rotate my hips forward, reach my arms up. Warrior one. You decide how far you're going to step. I'm tucking my glutes under and I'm squeezing. I'm trying to push and rotate those hips forward and hold. Couple breaths here. Bring in the positivity, bring in the light, bring in the happiness. Doing this all on the other side. Notice if there's any imbalances from your right side to your left side. Sink a little lower if you start to feel some release. So I will definitely feel releasing as I hold it a little bit longer. And that's where your flexibility and mobility come into place. Open it up, warrior two. Okay, so now I can open my hips up to the side. The hips are still back and tucked under. You can start to feel inner thigh stretch. My gaze is out over my front right two fingers. Let's hold here. Exhale, let that go. One more deep breath here. Let me know if there's any thoughts that come to mind as you're doing this class. You can write it in the comments. What comes up for you? What's going on in your life? Your body can give you answers to heal. Let's straighten through that front leg and we're going to come into triangle pose. So lots of options. I always want you to find the modification that works for you. I can put my hand on my thigh. I can reach down towards my shin, or I can bring this chair over again. And just kind of modifying from there. Where do I want you to feel it again? We feel that again, more stretching through the front of the leg, opening up through here. Okay, one more deep breath as I lengthen a little more, as I rotate my hips a little bit more, trying to go a little bit deeper in the pose. Trying to keep my awareness on my body, trying to feel that little bit of a release today. Good, release that hand back down, bend through the front knee. Step back into mountain pose. One deep breath here. I'm going to come back to center to face you. We're going to end with one more balance posture. When I shift my weight to one side and balance, that puts a lot of energy in my ankle, knee, and hip. Just try to get them to start to work together more, okay? And to start to feel the energy flowing between all the joints and not just stuck in the knee, okay? So I'm going to shift my weight over towards the chair on my left leg. My right foot, I'm going to place it, the ball of my foot on the mat. I'm going to place my heel on the side of my shin. My hips are back. They're tucked under. My glutes are squeezed, okay? You should start to feel stretching through the inner thigh in here, okay? You can have your palms open. You can have your palms together. We're going to take a few breaths here and balance. If you like more of a challenge, you can start to reach this leg or this ankle, excuse me, up higher on the leg. So I usually like to put my ankle either above or below the knee joint. I don't like to push it right into the knee joint, or you can come all the way up into the hip. So let you decide where you want to hold. Let's hold here for a few breaths. Healing is happening with every mindful movement. Healing is happening with every mindful movement. Stay with me here in the present moment. Keep your focus on your body. Good. Let's release that foot. Shift to the other side. Okay. So now I'm shifted over onto my right foot. My hips are back. My glutes are engaged. I'm letting that knee open up. So I'm letting my hip open up. See if you can plant the ball of your foot on the ground, the heel on the inside of the shin, or start to work your way up wherever you'd like to hold today. And hold long enough as you start to feel some burning. Start to feel the energy. It's a good thing. I am safe to move. I am safe to soften. I am safe to release. I am safe to move. I am safe to soften. I am safe to release. Start to feel your ankle, your knee, your hip working together. Working together physically. If your mind is still here, feeling each joint, now we've connected your mind and your spirit and your soul. Does it feel right to move your body? Perfect. Let's release that foot. Release your hands. Let's come back to the chair. We're going to end with a mini meditation and some closing words. Okay? So we'll close with a little bit of reflection and inner connection. I'll let you place your hands where you like, either on your thighs, okay, or on your knees, or across your heart, or palms together. Take a deep breath in, and you may have your eyes open, or you could close them for a minute. And see if you notice any of your body feeling any different from when you started. Is it calmer? Is it more relaxed? Has there been some tension leave your body? Or do you feel more energy flow? Do you feel more heat? Do you feel more happy, excited? Notice these changes within your body and make a note of it. Notice any warmth or tingling or spaciousness within the knee joints. Inhale and imagine the light flowing down into your knees, or imagine new energy flowing down through your entire body, connecting all of your joints. And then exhale, releasing any tension, pressure, or emotional heaviness stored in these joints. Repeat silently, or let my words sink into your body. My knees are free. My knees are supported. My knees are healing. Now imagine taking a gentle step forward, physically, mentally, spiritually, or energetically. Picture yourself walking through life with more ease, flexibility, and confidence. Breathe those words into your body. Visualize it, picture it in your mind. It all starts with your mind and your thoughts, and your body will follow. When you're ready, bring your hands over your heart, and we'll end with some closing words. Thank you, body, for supporting me. Thank you, knees, for your patience. Thank you, self, for showing up with compassion today. Take one last deep breath. Exhale, sigh that out, let that go, and you can gently open your eyes, and your practice is complete. Thank you for joining me today. I'm very happy and honored that you are spending your journey with me. Thank you.